Okay guys, today's video will be bussin'. It's giving deep introspection. No cap. If you're not Gen Z, I apologize upfront for my language use because this video will have a lot of it. So for the context, I'm a millennial, which means I grew up with that other type of language. You know, we used to say things like YOLO or swag. The word basic, in the sense of generic, is also a millennial thing. Gen Z came up with a lot of new words, which by the way is absolutely normal as language is ever evolving. And so one of these words is chuggy. Why does it look so French, by the way? Some of my audience might be Gen Z people, and if you're one of them, I'd love your input on what I'm about to show you. Anyway, hello and welcome to my channel. Subscribe if you're into MBTI and check out my other cool videos. But not this one, as it already has enough views. If it's not too much hassle, please click the like button, it would mean a lot to me. So, I don't know if you know, but it was Carl Jung who basically started all this MBTI madness. The Myers-Briggs type indicator heavily relies on Jung's work, and the very foundation is his book, Psychological Types. And for today's video, I'm gonna take 2 chapters out of it and translate them into Gen Z slang. It's a little bit of a mad idea, but it has very clear upsides, one of them being simplification, which I'm a big fan of. Because let's face it, Jung is a little bit difficult to read. Take a look at this paragraph taken from Psychological Types. It's one of the easier ones, and yet it feels like a demanding read. The overall phrasing is kinda heavy to digest, not just because of words like apperception, but also because of its sentence structure and overall long, complicated sentences. The book has been translated from German, and even the German version is a bit cumbersome to deal with. Here's an alternative paragraph saying the same thing, but in a simple and more modern language. So this is what you can expect from today's video, except with a little bit of Gen Z slang on top of it. And now it's time for a little reveal. I wrote a book. If you've ever wanted to understand what personality types and cognitive functions are really about, you should check it out. It's on Amazon only as a digital version for now. The link is in the description. If you want a free copy, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. My goal with this book was to stay as close to the original as possible, but to change the language drastically, so it was more of a translation process. Some of you might be very familiar with cognitive functions, while others may be interested in learning about them. Either way, original literature is always the best way to go. And when it comes to MBTI, Carl Jung has got to be the original source. Let's start with Extraverted Intuition, a cognitive function used mostly by ENTPs, ENFPs, INFPs, and INTPs. When intuition is your main vibe and you're all about that extroverted energy, it's like being tuned into all the fresh and next level stuff that's popping. You're not just chilling in the realm of what's already there, but you've got the scent for what's about to blow up. It's like one sec you're all about this new thing, standing hard, and the next you're like, thank you, next. Once you've scoped out all its deets and there's no more juice to it. When there's something shiny and new on the horizon, you're latched onto it like it's your whole world. Peeps often get the feels that you're always hitting that major plot twist in your life, ready to bounce onto the next big thing. Even if every argument's like, this is the one, eventually it feels like a trap, and you're ready to yeet out of there. Big brain moves and feels don't usually stop you from chasing the new, cause to be honest, they're not your go-to tools. It's all about staying true to the vision and just going with it. Low-key though, this can mean you're not always thinking about the squad's vibes or your own. And sometimes that's got peeps calling you out for playing the game without rules. When you're vibing with the externals, you might find yourself making moves in the hustle like the big bosses, the startup legends, or the political players. For the ladies, it's less about the 9-to-5 grind and more about that social game, knowing how to work every room and when to ghost for the next opportunity. No cap, this type of flex is key for shaking things up. both in the wallet and the culture. If you're not too self-centered, you can be the hype person everyone needs, the one who spots the underdogs and lights up someone's potential. But real talk, you might drop that inspo like hot, even if it was everything yesterday. The catch is, you can be out here living for possibilities, low-key letting others live out the life you're putting out there, but if you could just chill for a sec, you'd be cashing in. But nah, you're on to the next before the seeds you planted can even sprout. And if you really hit that point, your own shadow's gonna start throwing shade with some weird vibes that feel like throwbacks, making you wonder what's even real. So yeah, it's a whole mood, a way of being that's all about the what if and not so much about the what is. It's living for that future glow up, even if it means ghosting on the now. But slide too far into that world and it's gonna be a wild ride, fam. In the second part of the video, we're dealing with Introverted Intuition, used by INFJ, INTJ, as well as ENTJ and ENFJ. This concept is a little bit trickier, but that's exactly why I made this book. It's supposed to show you exactly what Jung said about Introverted Intuition, except in a much simpler language. Let's begin. The Introverted Intuitive type. If Introverted Intuition is your jam, you're gonna be like that mystical dreamer type, the one who's got their head in the clouds, cooking up wild ideas and visions. Artists rep this vibe big time, getting all caught up in the feels of what they're seeing with their mind's eye, making it all about the aesthetic of their deep dives. But then there are the weirdos, right? They're all about living in their head with these big visionary thoughts that shape them. But it's like they're on a different wavelength and people just don't get them. These are the peeps who might end up being your misunderstood genius, those could have been stories, or the quirky main character in a book that gets you in your feels. Now, these intuitive folks, they don't usually stress about the whole should I or shouldn't I side of things, because that's not their scene. But when they do start to think about what their visions mean for them or for the world, that's when the real talk starts. They hit this point where it's not just about the vibes anymore, it's about what this vision is trying to tell them to do, like some cosmic to-do list. The thing is, some of these visionaries get so caught up in their inner world that they cannot tune out real life. They live for the symbol, the big picture, and sometimes that makes them look out of touch. They're speaking their truth, sure, but that's like they are talking in their own secret language and nobody's got the decoder ring. And what about all the everyday stuff that they're ignoring? Well, it doesn't just vanish, it goes undercover into the subconscious, where it turns into this wild, untamed version of all the sensations they're not dealing with in the real world. This can get pretty intense, even leading them to some neurotic rabbit holes if they're not careful. So yeah, it's like they're living for what's not there instead of what is, and sometimes that means they miss out on the here and now. They can be all about that vision life, but they've got to watch out or they will end up stuck in their own personal wonderland, talking to cats about philosophy while the party is happening somewhere else. So there's that. I hope you are now one step closer to understanding extroverted and introverted intuition in the way that Carl Jung had intended to define them. If you like this video, I might make another one on the other cognitive functions. Let me know what you think by leaving a comment below, and as always, please press the like button to tell the algorithm that the video is cool. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you in one of my next videos. Have a beautiful day, take care, and bye bye.